welcome heroes to the Totality Poetry Contest results. Brought to you by Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab and Haute Macabre and masked acne, that new form of acne that you get from wearing your mask. Okay, enough. Cut. First of all, I want to thank everybody who sent in their poems. Again, we had almost 100 entries, just like we did for the Lovebirds Poetry Contest. I would love to pretend that we would have this much poetry to read if it were not for the global pandemic that has everyone sitting at home and having feelings. But regardless of the inspiration or the source of your motivation, we're just very happy to read all of this, and it was such a standout group of poems. I pulled in the Haute Macabre team to help judge this time because I can't do it. I'm not made for it. All I see is people's dreams being crushed. I need help crushing those dreams. So we have, there are 4 honorable mentions, 3 runners-up, and 1 grand prize winner. All of those names are in the caption for this video, but for the sake of time constraints today, I'm just here to share with you the 3 runners-up and the grand prize winning poem. Now, some of you may hazily remember from the distant past that the whole point of this poetry contest, the theme, as it were, came from the Totality perfume blend that Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab made for Haute Macabre. It's an incredibly interesting, dark, strange perfume blend that some of you may had even smelled at the time of writing your poem, and many of you were just using your extremely overactive imaginations. So the runners-up, which we're about to read, we being me, will receive their choice of the Totality perfume blend or the Totality hair gloss. Your choice. No pressure. Maybe you have hair. Maybe you don't. Maybe you know somebody who has hair. Maybe you don't. Without further ado, since we really only have 15 minutes of fume today, the first runner-up poem I'm going to read, wait a second, hold on. Depending on your tolerance for listening to white people reading poetry, you may want to just stop the video right here. This is where the poetry reading begins. You could just read them. We're going to include a link to a PDF of the winning poems, including the honorable mentions, and you could just read them if you want, but I have nothing to do. I can read, so here we go. First runner-up, Mason Sharr. Congratulations, Mason Sharr! And the poem is called Heliopolis, and it will be accompanied by construction noises, courtesy of the renovation happening in our apartment complex. I want to be the steadfast beetle that pushes the embryo sun into your mouth. The lustrous filth creature whose labor lights the whole world. I want to be winged and repulsive and resplendent, painted into being on your temple wall, your forever, your fathomless belly stretching over mortal earth as your every laugh twinkles a star across their impossible human eyes. And when they see you and you see yourself reflected back, will you think of me? Of my glistening back rolling the next unborn sun toward your smile? Do you take pleasure in my beetle legs, stippling love onto your cheek as you swallow? Do you listen to the song my wing beats play as I journey through you? I want to give you this song as long as our forever lasts. I want to dance this golden ring again and again through dawnbreak or dung, and regardless, I will still feel sacred regardless. I will still feel clean, holding every relit sun before your teeth. I want to know we will hold this cycle together, always. I want to remember that all human breath and blink are born by filth and love. Heliopolis by Mason Sharr.
Whoa.
Keep the whoa in. Well, Galen says whoa. Yeah, one of the things I loved about this idea for a contest is the concept of totality could mean so many different things, and the responses that we got were such a range. I really didn't know what to expect, and then it was very exciting to see kind of some continuity and overlap between people's different poems. Lots of insect references, lots of like outer space references. Really cool. The next runner-up that we have is Adina Herrzel. Congratulations, Adina Herrzel. Your poem, Hot Allostatic Load, Part 2. Part 1 was not submitted, I don't think. I'll have to go back and check. But Part 2, runner-up. I want to build a sculpture in the middle of the yard, right in front of that statue. The one they say tells lies that sound like its history, that sound like its legacy. Empty pill bottles with the labels torn off. Shampoo-stained Ziploc bags, needles, thread, more needles. A haystack made of the hair that's fallen out. Bleach, shattered glass, wine-stained clothes, muddy shoelaces, chipped nail polish. Blood-stained tissues, cigarette butts, and thousands upon thousands of cardboard boxes. I'll build a fucking mountain and I'll name it after myself. The state is a man, and men always pass their names down onto concrete, even when they taste like blood, and hunger, and smoke. So I'll pass my own name down, and instead of carving it into stone, I'll write it in lipstick on my broken mirror, and lean it up against my trash mountain. I will do it under the cover of night, carry out my life, and dump it, both literally and effectively, onto this holy site. And in the morning, they'll blame me, because scapegoats always look the same. Call me a disruption to the community. Start drawing my blood and telling me that my presence will interfere with my treatment. Tell me that my treatment goals are to come back fresh-faced and medicated, ready to comply and keep my head down until I have to speak in class about Lacan or Butler, then keep walking in shiny new shoes and bright red checks without mascara stains. I'm standing at the gate, poking my face between wrought iron bars and waiting until the coast is clear. Then I will write in chalk on every sidewalk, "Queer existence is resistance. There is nowhere to hide. You are not safe here." And I will run. I'll take my people with me, and will take matches to the brick buildings, and ask everyone who thought they were protecting, and will scream, choke on the narrative they fed us till we're drowning in our own spit and tears. And when I light up in my corner on the morning before Christmas, my dreams will look just like me. Cool, light enough to float away. By Adina Herrzel.
Dang.
I know. And this was written and submitted before all the Confederate statues started tumbling down, and I was like...
Prophet?
Yeah, actual prophecy. Actual Prophecy TM by Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab and Haute Macabre. Ding! Okay. And then our third runner-up, and these aren't ranked, it's just like we have 3 runners-up. The third and final runner-up is Kristin Tutt for a poem called Contribution. Contributian. I think it's contribution. This is more poetry than I've read out loud since the Lovebirds contest at the very beginning of the pandemic. Contribution. A tree that lived, tall and majestic, chopped and sanded, carved into a box. Worms spun silk to be collected by hands, dyed and woven, satin to be pinned. Pollen in the hive, buzzed into wax, poured with a wick, ready to be lit. Ceremonies of man, goods gifted from the living, placed for view, a celebration of death. My reading does not do this one justice. It's actually, I just thought it was really beautiful and quiet. So, all that leaves me left to read is the grand prize winner. And before I do that, I would like to say, A, thank you for watching. Also, the honorable mentions are going to get a prize also, and you're going to get your choice of the Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab Dumb Sparrow Spring Collection. You can choose a perfume. We'll send it to you. And then the grand prize winner gets the full Totality hair gloss and perfume oil, so I hope you like it. And also their choice of 3 of the Dumb Sparrow Springtime Bepal blends. So, I mean, grand prize. It's a lot of perfume. So I would love to do another poetry contest. I saw a lot of repeat names of people who entered both contests. I'd like to keep it rolling. We probably would have announced another one by now if we had gone ahead and released the results. The grand prize winning poem is by Kailey Tedesco. And the title is my body doused fully in the utter absence of sky. Which of us speaks prehistoric? I sigil my secret pieces with bodies of moths, shrined, amber, and holy. Enough is enough with these stars. I want more along the lines of immortal nothingness itself, cupped in a jar with its wings, still in the fashion of courtship. I will not cry any longer. My tears feast lethal at my pulse points, drowning the smallest of myselves in a fossil of tulle, to be dug up from the lake, all of me peddled in leeches. You live your life behind the glass. I live my life as the glass, as the balm, as the ceremony. Stop creating me in your own image. I'm only half mirror on my mother's side. The rest of me exists as the chalk outline of a body long sunned over. My palms retch blossoms to be pressed and then buried. Anyways, I've no mind for your half-truths. I want to believe wholly in what it is you do. Kailey Tedesco, everyone, the grand prize winner of our Totality perfume poetry contest. I'm so proud of you. I honestly feel so honored to have read this much poetry that felt so part of everything I know we're all going through right now. It was an incredible experience. No hard feelings. You're all rock stars. Anyone who takes the time to write a poem in the year 2020 is on the right path. We will be back reviewing perfumes on Monday. So I guess this has been a time. Did you hear that scream? Bye, everyone.